So now let's talk about kinesiology tape. The health community is kind of all abuzz about KTape, so I just want to clear up a few things. What is it? How does it work? Kind of what's the big deal? If you watched the Olympics last summer, or if you watch any professional sports, you've probably seen the athletes wearing the brightly colored tape. That's kinesiology tape. So this is called strapping. This is what boxers do, some other kinds of fighters. This taping method is designed to restrict movement to prevent injury. So this is not how kinesiology tape works. KTape works not only with your body's movement, but to facilitate movement. So two different goals here. So how does the tape work? Two ways: biomechanical lift and recoil. So with the biomechanical lift, and I hope you guys can see this, the skin is here, and then this is the muscle down here, and all this stuff here, this is the interstitial space. So in here, we've got all of your sensory receptors, including your pain receptors. So when you have an injury and that area is filling with fluid or blood, if you think of like a water balloon where you, it's filling, getting fuller, and tighter, that's happening in that space. So now you have two problems. One, that fluid is compressing your pain receptors, which are triggering them to send messages to your brain that you're in pain. And then the second thing that's happening is you kind of have like a traffic jam. There's just too much fluid in there and the body can't pull it out and process it like it's designed to do. So with the tape, as you can see, the tape lifts the skin, and now you have all this space in here. So you've done two things. One, you've immediately alleviated that compression on those pain receptors, which has stopped triggering them to tell your brain that you're in pain. And the other thing is, you've alleviated the log jam that was happening. So now the body can pull that fluid out of there and process it like it's supposed to. So this is a client of mine. She came in 5 days after her injury. As you can see, she rolled her ankle playing softball. So you can see this is horribly bruised, but look at the circumference of her ankle. It's huge. So we taped her that day. 3 days later, she came back for a follow-up. We took the tape off. You can see not only is most of that bruising recovered, but the size of her ankle is back down to where it should be. So the tape did what it's supposed to do, and it helped to pull that fluid out of there. That's 3 days. Here's an example with a bruise. You can clearly see where the tape was laid down over that bruise, and the body was able to pull that material out of there like it's supposed to do. The second way that the tape works is in the recoil. So if you think of a rubber band, if you stretch a rubber band and you anchor one end and then let go, it's going to recoil towards the anchor. So this is the same mechanism that we use with the tape, and we use it to either increase or decrease the tone of the muscle. So this is why, clients come into my office and they say, I bought some of that tape at Walgreens and it doesn't work. Well, you can't just slap it on. You have to know which muscle you're targeting. You have to know the origin and the insertion of that muscle. And then you have to know how much tension to put on the tape. So it has to be applied correctly. And when it is, it works. So when do we use the tape? As I said, there aren't a lot of cases where we want to jump in that acute phase. Generally, we want to wait till the 5th day and later. But we can use the tape for swelling, for pain applications, and then for changing the muscle tone itself. Does anyone have any questions? Yes. Yeah.
I just want to say that tape, you're absolutely right. You taught my daughter how to put the tape on her knee, and her swelling to me and her has significantly reduced. I know you've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's just amazing that no one taught her how to put that tape on correctly, and you're the one that did it, and it's just amazing,
right.
That transformation of her knee.
Right. Yep. All right. Thank you very much.